Oi, oi, how you doing? Today is Friday the 20th November, 20th of November 2020. Here for another day of trading the horse markets. Had a disaster yesterday where, and in fact I found out today, the day before as well. Yesterday I wasn't recording from the start. Fortunately someone noticed that and let me know. And then the day before that, only realised today I wasn't recording them either. So there's a whole load of silence and lost commentary, which isn't helpful for my records, because I'm doing this really just so I can look back on stuff and see my train of thought. But hey ho, triple checking now, make sure my mic's working beforehand. So yeah, all good today. Let's have a look at this. Quite nearly off, 7 minutes off. 7 minutes off. Got a odds-on favourite. Seems to have slowly started to steam and found support at these levels here. So this low here and this previous low is attacking it again. You can see as well in the ladder. This is where the price is to find the support. So at this level we could see a retrace as more volume comes in, or it could break through, continue with this drift, continue with this steam, I should say. Or downtrend if you're familiar with financial markets. This second favorite here is a drifter. We can see there's actually some movement on this at the moment. So this is an uptrend by looks of it, which will correlate to this coming in. This is going out, but this has been more dramatic in terms of how it's gone out. Just having a quick peek at these other ones as well. Nah, these odds don't really interest me. Hundreds, yeah, forget that. So look for, these are the two main contenders for tradability. Of course, you can see the odds on favourite, that's where most of the money's been matched, 54 grand. Second favourite here is 21 grand, and you can see these are pretty insignificant. 290 pounds, nothing, it's nothing. 6 minutes to off now. Again, I'm just starting out with minimum stakes here, just trying to get my strike rate up, get some consistency in my trading before potentially scaling up. But I'm just looking here now, just this is a significant level, 1.5. what it does here, I'm just trying to ascertain, see what could happen. Obviously if this breaks this level, because it's held for quite a while, it might be quite an aggressive move lower, so it might just speed through as it breaks 1.5. if it breaks 1.5, obviously you'd be looking for correlating evidence that could break, which would be this price moving up. And of course the inverse is true. If this is going to bounce, then we could see this move in, but not looking to trade anything just now, just yet, just waiting for some
will start in 5 minutes.
more confirming movements so I can trade about. And yesterday's trading was quite interesting because I passed on about 3 or 4. There we go, talking there. See, it's broken. That's what I was saying. When it broke 1.5, that move was quite aggressive. You see how it's moved down. So there's a likelihood this is going to retrace again before potentially moving lower. Obviously, I haven't got any skin in the game on this. What I'm going to do though is put a speculative position in at this, what I'm hoping now will be resistance. So it's broken through the support, and that support's now become resistance. So as it comes back in, this produce a higher low on the a lower high on the chart. I'm not too optimistic of that getting matched, to be honest. Just the amount of time to go, and the amount that it's moved already. And I'm hesitant to jump on this at the current price, because that can just be like, you know, buying this at the bottom or selling this at the bottom. Depends how you want to look at it. This just continues to the drift, which is going to help this. 3 minutes. First trade here. I don't want to be too hasty. I'm going to just compose myself a bit more, just ease into it. Like I was saying before that quite big move happened there. There were about 3 or 4 trades that I just passed on yesterday, and it was a profitable day yesterday. And I think that could be possibly one of the pivotal points. Just more, I'm more critical of what to trade and what not to trade, and obviously that's going to be helpful to long-term profitability. Being able to cherry pick what to trade, be more exclusive in terms of the conditions that I want to see. So that could be a, an improvement. Whereas before, every race might look the same. Being able to distinguish now, excuse me, can be a bit of sign of growth, personal growth. So we've got a favourite here that's come in. Let's clip in, just move that away. So the favourite here that's come in, odds on again. Another odds on favourite. So it's less than 2's. Got a second favourite here, finding what it's been drifting and what I believe might be finding support at 4's. Has anything else been moving? No. This favourite does look like it's having trouble again, like that other one, moving much lower. This time much lower than this, like 1.46 level, 1.45. You can see that in the chart. So a break of that could be a distinctive move lower. What I'm going to look to do on this is actually lay the second favourite, because I've got a reference point on. Hang on. Oh God. Fat fingers. I've got a reference point of the 4 as support here. So, and I would anticipate. Well, how many horses are in this? 3-horse race. That's rare. So yeah, I'm anticipating this still to come in, but I'm not playing that. I'm playing the drift on this, just because I've got a better reference point by having my break even at 4's. So just hoping to get filled here. 72 left till I get matched. I have got matched. Just going to try and add to that. It is having trouble breaking that resistance, but I just feel that I can frame this trade a bit better than the other one. Hopefully it's not going to break through 4's.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Maybe I should have been a bit more patient actually, and had those 2 initial orders that I had there come down to this kind of level. But hey ho, 5 minutes to the off. Currently got £4 net stake, looking to get filled to get 6. This is moving up. I'm hoping this is going to find support and move up again, and this is going to find resistance and then move down. So I'm just going to position some exits based on that hypothesis. So I'm just placing this one here as a partial exit, because it will get me a tick based on those initial entries, and it's at the previous resistance level. So it's not, although I'm wanting it to break and move higher, it may not do that, but it has a very good likelihood of at least meeting resistance even if it moves lower. So I've just taken some money off the table there, which is giving me a little bit more wiggle room in terms of where my break even is. So it's just above 4's now. So for me to lose money, this has to come all the way back down here. Just keeping an eye on this as well. There's lots of money, it looks like, coming in on this side, which could push this further down, possibly to a break of that previous support. But just need to be a bit cautious here. because we haven't seen any significant breaks. Do have some money on the table. I'm just going to thin this out a bit. So reducing the position size, because we are nearing to the off and there hasn't been a significant break as of yet. It's just bouncing around within a channel of support and resistance. So I've placed another partial exit around resistance, hoping that this finds support again at 4s, moves up again, which it doesn't. It's broken. We could see a significant move down here now. Oh dear, oh dear. 2 minutes, 3 minutes to the off. So having broken and that support now, this could now come up and find resistance at 4s. So it switches round. So I'm just moving down my take profits accordingly, just so I can protect profit. And what I'm going to do is move this down here. So I've fully exited this position, hedging up. 2 minutes to go. Hedged up. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Could have been, I mean, we're seeing some money here. This could still go higher, but yeah, I didn't know that. And so I just acted with what the market was doing at the time I was looking at it. So next one, 12:30. The next one, brother. What we got? So I'll just take you through what I'm looking at when I first come to one of these. So time to the off is probably the most important thing, just to peek at first. 10 minutes to the off. Then look at the volume matched. 36 is okay. Not bad. Could be better, but yeah, it's okay. Book could be a bit tighter, but no, it's fine. Got the favorite here, just above 3s. I'm just cautious of 3s here, just peeking in the book. You can see that it's found support at this level. This is the lowest it's traded at any, substantial volume. 1,100 here matched, and it hasn't moved any lower, so I'm just cautious of that being a support area. In the chart, there's, it's not, it's a bit rangy. I mean, you can look and see that's drifted, but then it's come back in and it's met previous lows. So there's not much I can read into that other than it's a bit rangy at the moment. Second favorite is very similar. Oh, this one, third favorite, has steamed in and then found resistance for a long period of time, so could favor that on the short, but doesn't be much money, and this one isn't really tradable odds, and there's not much money traded on it. In fact, there's more trading on this than on this, but I'm going to pass on that one. Although funny enough, this is mirror around. These are mirror images of each other. You can see this consolidation here is the same as this here, but this has gone out, this has come in. So there could be some inverse correlation between those two. Let's stop chatting away and see what we can do. Looks like there's some decent money coming into the market, quite reasonably far from the off. Usually expect this usually anticipate this kind of movement about 5 minutes from the off, but we're still 9 minutes away. But can you make money from it? So what's the play on this? This does look like it's continually going to resistance, so possibly shorting this. So shorting, if you're unfamiliar, means anticipating price will go lower. But to see that, I'd need to see a persistent move up in this. So Not seeing that yet. Money's a bit thin on this as well. So all I'm trying to do is really just have some sort of a reference point rather than just jumping on the back of any old thing. It's just seeing what story I can read or make from what the market's doing and trade around that. I'm tempted to short this, but there's just not enough money really behind it. I do feel that it could just, it's struggled so much to get much higher than these highs here. But just for the sake of sensible trading, what I'd prefer to see is some more money on this side, pushing the weight down. That is starting to drift. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a short going light. I'm going to attempt to short this at resistance. Got 6 minutes to see off. This has started to move. Oh, it's this one. Fuck. It's this one that's coming in. See, you can't have all eyes everywhere at the same time. So I've missed the fact that this has started to aggressively drift. Come on, aggressively come in. But yeah, only got 2 eyes, man. And good thing I didn't short that because it has broken that resistance slightly, at least for now. So what do we do? Let's just reorder these because I think, yeah, okay. So this has come in so much that it's become the second favorite now. This is, in fact, was the one that I was previously looking at that was in this position, has got an obvious drift appear on it now. Now this could act as resistance as it's approaching these highs. I'm just going to see if this starts to move out again. This could be confirmed as resistance, at which point shorting this could be a viable option. So anticipating it will move down, but not really seeing that yet. I want to see money coming on this side, and I want to see
this event will start in
money coming on this
minutes.
side to push this up.
5 minutes.
Whoa! Look at that. You see that jump up there and this massive move down here. So the backing action seems to be coming in on this one. It's been favoured. So people are just backing the hell out of this. Causing this to drift, causing this to drift. These are quite similar charts now in recent movement. Seen all this movement and haven't yet acted on it. Ain't mad at you though. Just gotta take it in stride. So could be finding support, at least looking at the chart. I just don't want to, don't want to be selling this at the bottom. Need to see better value. And you see this is jumping around again. Breaking new highs, approaching 4s. Chart looks like it's lagging and updating. this recent activity. So yeah, just be aware of that. So could find resistance at 4s, but I'm not gonna just guess on that. I need to see good reason. Trying to short this based on that is going counter trend. So I prefer to go with the trend. Oh dear, this is definitely one that's had a whole shit ton of opportunity. Had I been a more capable trader, maybe I would have been on that a lot earlier and been able to ride this this trend that has appeared in pretty much everything has trended, but I haven't capitalized on any of it. But again, I personally couldn't see an entry point. Me chatting away as well doesn't help concentrate on what's going on, but still, equally, had I been on the wrong side of this would have been violently going against me as well. So sometimes it's good to just think through what your plan is and then execute. I didn't see a good entry point. 2 minutes to the off, too late really to participate in that market. So on to the next one. 53 grand matched, 10 minutes to the off, tight book, near 100, nearer to 100 it is. See, 100, it's only 0.9% margin, if you like, in that VIG, as I like to call. Another odds-on favourite. Lesson 2s is odds-on. We've got this very choppy, but it's had a slight steam come in. It's finding support, these previous lows that we saw here. Now here again, so a break of that could see a more aggressive move lower. Nice 7s, 40. So tradability probably would be on the favorite. Just trying to see how I might trade that. Seen a bit of a pullback. This could be an opportunity to short, but just need to be too late on that, I think. Yeah, I wanted to get short on that, but I think I just missed the move really. And it's a bit too late to get in now. Okay, I'm gonna try and get in like this level here. Again, not matched. Reasonable position in the queue. I'll leave that for now. Tempted to just jump on here, but I want to get a decent fill on this, especially as it's potentially approaching support where the price could rebound on me. I think it's more important to get in, a good value for money, if you like, in terms of where the entry is. Just gonna try to steal a tick there, ready to scratch it, just because there's this big chunk of money here which could see the money move up, price move up. Price has moved up, it's moving away from me. This could be opportunity to get in. Okay, happened so fast I couldn't explain it. I should have really added to that position. Just playing it a bit too safe on that one, but just compose myself a bit. So 6 minutes to the off. See if I can see a viable entry again. Just having a quick peek across the rest of the book just to see if there's anything else that can give me any clues as to which way this might be moving. So it's you can see that support has sustained around these 1.77. It's struggling to move lower. I'm going to put a it's making new lows. Especially with this, it's nearing the off, so this is gonna, I feel as it gets to 5 the moves will be more erratic. So as you saw on the other one where it's just a big chunk of money that came in and the market just moved, that can happen a lot. So left these orders in here just in the anticipation that we could see some pullback before moving potentially lower, but I am just super wary that this has just been acting as support.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I'm just going to cancel these actually for now. This could find support and in fact reverse, which it frequently does with these favourites for some reason. Yeah, yesterday and today have been quite defensive games actually in terms of my approach. Definitely was aggressive, more aggressive on previous days, but of course I lost money pretty much every day since the beginning of the week. Yesterday I made a profit. I think there was a few break evens in the last week, but yeah, just looking off screen for a sec. So looking back at this, it's a very gentle drift, isn't it? It's edging in, sorry, it's a gentle steam. It's just edging in, edging in. Yeah, missed it again. So could try and get, these might move a bit slower. Although that, so because this was coming in, I was looking to potentially lay something else, because I just haven't got decent position on that. Something else could move out, but potentially was looking at this, but then I saw, okay, these is kind of resistance at its previous highs, didn't really show any signs of breaking it, so it wasn't really a smart move. It looks like this one's been the one that's doing all the drifting, but just haven't got on the back of it. It's just a lot of opportunity that is going past me here. This steam here I've missed out on. The last one missed out on. But it's not a case of like regret of missing it. It's just, oh shit, yeah, that's happened. I'm not gonna get angry or anything at that. It's just the way it goes. Yeah, I do want to lay that, but it's just I'd be basically buying into that resistance. And I don't really want to buy into resistance. I want to buy off of support or sell off resistance. So this is having a pretty deep retrace at the moment. 1 minute to go. Nah, it's too late. Time has caused me to move on here. The problem is, the sooner it gets to the off, the less I can fix anything that goes wrong. There is more volatility that is going to be, is what we need to trade with, but it's a different type of trade. It's just to have less time to work with. 26 grand matched. 10 minutes or so to the off. Favourite near odds on coming into support at 2s. You can see the previous price matched here, kind of here, so all-time lows near him. So a break of 2s would be significant, but it could also find support. Drifting, but very high odds. Drifting with some consolidation. Slight drift hitting resistance at the moment. So it might look it's fucking too slow on these, mate. I'm going to short this because it was coming off resistance and this was starting to pull back. I'm going to put a tentative move in here, just because there's been this much matched here previously. It looks like it was a resistance point on the chart, and also this had been drifting. I'm going to remove that because the market's moving away on me, and I'm not seeing any persistent drift on that. So maybe I short this here. Just trying to think and get a temperature before doing anything stupid. I mean, it may look like I'm being like just not acting, but sometimes not acting on it is the best thing to be. It's not really indecision. I'm looking for clarity in a decision before jumping on something only to have to exit it or take a loss in the long run. So it's a bit more of a defensive game, I felt, today, and also yesterday. Defense. So 4s. It's a key level for this one. 2s, key level for that one. Could this be making a higher low? A lower high, sorry, in this downtrend. What would help confirm that? Is that breaking support? Bloody hell, get your mind right today. What would help confirm this potentially moving past 4s would be a drift in this now. So moving past this previous resistance level. Just going to put a speculative short in there, just so I can get position on this. And the reason being I've put it outside the money slightly there is because if this is support and it bounces, then there's still going to be able to, I'm still going to be able to make some money on this, even though it's a tick or two. If it breaks, then obviously I've got potential for a much bigger move. So I'm just trying to be patient and get position on this first, really, which I may or may not get. And of course I could just go straight in at market there, and there it goes, it breaks. I've had a bit okay, so the reason I was a bit more aggressive there is because I had more of a confirmation in this moving out and it breaking to get on the back of this. So I was trying to get in on early with the position up here, but they didn't get matched. But I've seen this break resistance now, so that's helped at least give them some more weight to shorting this. I'm going to add to this. And just anticipate that we're going to see a break lower of this support and a drift further of this or other.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Just going to add to it again. Just building the position. There's anything really confirming as of yet. I will make that slightly lighter though, in terms of potential new entries. Let's see, that's not going to help me. It's coming in. It's holding a support. It's gone against me. At least in the interim. Oh, bloody hell. I fucking hate these charts sometimes. So slow on update. What is going on there? I don't even know what's going on. That looks buggy. You can see, look, it's just... I depend a lot on charts in terms of making my decisions, so this isn't helpful the way this is just moving about. I need historical chart movement to make my decisions, not just yeah, I might send this off to the software guys just to have a look at, because that is not helpful. But anyway, this is moving in. This is going to adversely affect this position. So I'm just broken twos. That's going to be more of an aggressive move down. This for now isn't really moving. Something else must be dramatically drifting, or maybe it's just a very soft aggregate drift of everything. We'll look to lighten this position if the market allows me. How many horses are in this? 8 or 9. 2 minutes to the off, carrying a loss. So I need to think about what I'm going to do here. Am I going to try and hold out to get all of the position filled, or break even, or am I going to take a bigger loss? Two minutes. Just with the way this is moving and where my position is, I still feel there's a good chance I could still get out of this unscathed, or relatively unscathed, which I have. So just read that up. And it did finally break anyway, but you know, it's a minute and a half left. So that was just a bit tricky to read, that one. It was just a bit too tricky to read. Oh, so on to the next one. Yeah, barely above break even today. And there has been opportunity, it's just I haven't been on the back of it. But at the same time, haven't lost money. So we've got a favourite here, very flat, recently broken resistance, a slight uptick, but no discernible trend. Very flat second favourite. Third favourite looks like it could be coming in, just broken previous support, so it could be steaming. This one here, very high odds, but definitely drifting. So a quick reorder just in case. So, what to do? Eight minutes to the off. 101 book, decent. 109 grand matched, very decent. This looks like a decent steamer, possibly. It has looked like it's pulled back. What would help that? Support in the other ones, which you're not really seeing. It's tricky because these two are very similar phases in terms of, you know, whether I could deem this as quite rangy and it's at top of its range hitting resistance, as was this, well, at least a few seconds ago. I'm favouring a break on this, but I don't want to be too aggressive on this because I'll be selling into that support. This also looks good for a potential move lower, but just looking for supporting evidence. It's definitely drifting. Got some skin in the game. Could be more. So pretty mean drift going on at the corner of my eye on this one and this one. More money I've just spotted on that one, which should bring this in hopefully. It's broken that support. Got this second order in here just to increase the position size, but better value if you like. So I've got larger position. Just moved the partial exit for. I've got to be wary of this. Just feeling this one moving in. See if I can get a tick on that. And then, yeah, it doesn't look it's now. Shizer. 5 minutes to the off. This is starting to move in.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I'm just trying to listen to what the market's doing, but without being too, just too expedient, too, what's the word? Fidgety with regards to the positions. Because as long as you have them within a certain range, there's a good likelihood that they'll still get hit and you can exit a position. So I don't want to be moving around too much, but I don't want to leave it in for too long for it to go too adversely against me. So this drift is helping this at least come to support, but I want it to break, which is why I've got, you know, one further out here. But let's see if we can get some green off of this. This is at the top of its range. It's persisting up. There is some money coming in, but it's just evaporated. So it's starting to drift still. Want this to drift. Want this to come in. Come on. Why isn't this coming in? Okay, so on the top. Oh. So it moved into the level that I needed it to, but I didn't get matched. 3 minutes and a half till the off. Net stake of 4 to lay off. Let's see what we can do. Just gonna move this up, so take slightly less profit or break even on this one. In fact, I mean, the net effect of that was like, could have just had a 4 around here, but say la vie. Okay, got matched. It's approaching 3s. It's going to be a reactionary point. Certainly, if that breaks that, it could move down significantly. But because it's nearing the off, this could just act as support and, you know, reverse on me. I mean, I would have been well positioned at least with one of those in. What was it? 3.2. Could have had that in for that speculative move lower, but hey, I decided to take what was in front of me. And as you can see, that was really shifting there. But yeah, just playing a defense game, and of course one loss. I mean, because I'm only making 10 to 5p on each, I need to just be wary that how sustainable that is. So my strike rate's actually being quite good, but I need to, I guess, as I get, I'm not reading too much into my ability here, but as I'm hopefully getting better at reading the markets, it will mean that I can add more to positions. So I firstly can know which ones not to trade in, so to play that defensive game, but the ones that I feel are going to move, like that one, I can just stay in for longer. But it's definitely been a game of defense, as I keep saying. So next one here, 11 minutes to the off. Favourite at 2s, steaming in. Second favourite, very choppy, just sideways market. Can't really, this one looks like it's coming substantially, but it's been so much that you can't read it off the chart. This chart's pretty much useless. I mean, looks like you can see it's been consolidating, but I can't see whether that's been at a drift or a steam. So yeah, favorite here looks like the best one to potentially trade. I'm just going to get a temperature. So we're looking to short this. This coming to 4s is going to help this if this finds support off of 4s, because that's that key level again. 10 minutes to the off. I'm going to build a position relatively early on this one. Just because it's coming into this here, which is going to help. If that does hold a support, and the choppiness of this chart gives me some indication that might be the case, then we're going to see this come in. I'm trying to build a position here at resistance because it offers the best value for money, if you like, rather than just going straight in on a touch price. But of course anything can happen. This could just reverse on me. So this is quite a big position in terms of what I'm working with. Let's hopefully get this matched here. That will bring my net stake up to 8. There we go. Put a partial exit in there. I get in at 3.836. So just going to put some speculative exit orders in here. Another thing that would be interesting to look at in hindsight is where I'm putting these speculative orders. Maybe I should be putting it more of them where there's already been money matched. Yeah, I don't know. Not really thinking too hard on that at the moment. Just trying to get this strike rate up and avoid bad trades. It's been consolidating quite a bit, hasn't it? No reason to really change anything just yet because I've got decent position on this. And I mean, this hasn't, maybe a gentle drift. Got filled on that, so I've got a bit more wiggle room in terms of stop loss. Going into my second partial exit now. May or may not get hit, but it is at support, so it needs to basically come into support and find support for me to get matched. Could then move away, which would be, that's what it's doing now, but hopefully I'll get matched at support here, and then we'll see it break as well. But just wary of any potential reversals to protect the profit I've got. Can't be too greedy. This one started to come in by the looks of it. Again, just out the corner of my eye. So, in fact, I think it might have no, it hasn't overtaken yet. But my main focus is here, but I'm just trying to use my peripheral vision just to check on what the other selections are doing, because they're all interrelated. Just gonna see if I can get a position slightly earlier. There is some money coming in on this. Five minutes tee off. Found a lot of support. So whereas this was the context firstly getting in, where there was like you know, oh yeah, that's steaming in, it hasn't continued with that. It's just, the dynamic of it has changed. It started to find support. So I've got a decent position on that in terms of how much more money needs to get matched. But there are potential signs that this could just stagnate or...
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Or reverse. It has looked like it's broken lower there. So I've got... You can see now my stop loss. For me to lose money on this now, it has to go all the way up to 2.6. And I've got one last position to fill. My net stake here. So I'm just trying to protect profit here. Looking for signs of anything potentially steaming in, which is going to cause this to drift and me lose more money on this. 4 minutes to the off. Potential at the moment, I could just take that 19p profit. But I do feel that, I mean, at least to this level here, 2.3, looks like a viable level that it could at least find support. Okay, yeah, again, maybe a bit too cautious. Could have milked that for more, but profit is a profit, and yeah, all helps. So 3.5 minutes to off on that one. Work is done on that one. On to the next one. So 113 or 113, depending on where you come from. So So we've got a favourite at 2s again, second favourite 6s. 10 minutes. 11 minutes to off. Decent chunk of money match there, 42 grand almost. Tight book. Happy days. Just need to see some tradability. Basically, this has drifted, started to consolidate. This has come in, started to consolidate. Drifted, consolidated. Very high odds here. So these will probably be the two that I'm looking to potentially trade. But I'm just trying to build a framework, some sort of context. Some context to potentially trade this. Don't have at the moment. Just looking away from the screen for a few secs here. Oh dearie me, hasn't been a... Okay, yeah, no, that's right. So, still waiting for some races to settle, so I can get a true idea of my profit and loss. Didn't trade that. Or am I? No, they've all settled. Bloody hell. All right. This is a bloody circus, mate. Okay, so this has now got my attention again. So, just looking back at the trading screen now. So this has come up, hit resistance, could be good for a short. Although this is a more persistent steam. So this could be decent for a short. Can't short both of them though. So what would make this more viable to short would be this coming back down into support. So these levels here, what is that, 225? It doesn't do 225, does it? 226, I guess. So this level here, and then seeing more money come on this. This is, you know, there's not a lot of money on this really at the moment. It's all double digit. Want to see triple digit, thousands. There we go, like that. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's how it's going to go down. Going to short that, or attempt to short that. Have to be wary that's come into 7s though, but not as significant really as these other ones. But this has found support. This looks like it could be edging low up. Just want to build on that position slightly. One more, I think, if I can get a good price. Looking for a bargain. So just need to be careful. This is where rather than lower highs now, it has come up and meet resistance. So that story has changed slightly. We'll look to try and take at least a tick out of this around support, but not as confident in that initial premise that I'd entered, which was, you know, it making significant lower lows. This has started to come in just out the corner of my eye as well. So I'm on a touch here. See if I get filled. No. No. It looks like it could move away from me. Have to be careful as well, because this is quite a heavy position. Probably unnecessarily large. I just want to thin this a bit. So I'm exiting a trade at the same price that I entered, which will reduce my position size and thus reduce my risk and give me a bit more wiggle room in terms of my stop loss as well, or break even point.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
In fact, no, it won't change my break even point, but it will reduce the loss per tick, or potential loss per tick. Still willing to hold this, but yeah, just wary that shit done changed. Just have a quick reorder just in case. Very thin money here. All double digit. So there's a lot more pressure coming down on this. 4 minutes to off. So I've got to really just react to what's going on, because I'm not as confident now that it's going to break new lows. But I feel that there's a good probability at least it could revert to the mean, if you like, of this previous support area. In fact, it looks like it's making potentially newer higher highs and higher lows. So I'm hoping to get out at one of those lows as it comes back in to then potentially move higher. Can't read too much into it until it happens. Three minutes to the off now. Drift on this. That's going to hopefully help this. But it's this one coming in. This one's coming in very strongly based on this one going out. Obviously I need this one to react in my favor, that is, not against it as it's doing there. In hindsight, probably would have traded this a little lighter, maybe with a 4. Lack of a staking plan at this moment means that the price per tick or greening up on this is going to be out of kilter in terms of how much loss I incur if I have to take a loss. Similarly, how much profit I would have gained. But this is drifting strongly. I'm just hoping it will see this move in, at least within the time frame that we've got. But obviously hope is not a strategy. I need to just pay attention to what's actually going on and assess how likely my position is to get matched. But what I would like to happen is for it to at least get me out at break even or a reduced loss. There we go. So that's part of it. Just gonna, yeah, what are you hesitating for, mate? See, that hesitation could have resulted in you know, a worse loss. The price was there. I'd made my decision. I wanted to get out of break even. What the fuck was you waiting? What was I waiting for? Should have just dragged it into it, which, you know, I did after a slight pause. So fortunately I was able to get out on that one. In fact, at a slight profit. Market did reverse and do what I initially thought it would, But the problem was it done that when I had less time to maneuver. So
This event will start in 60 seconds.
Because I don't have that crystal ball, don't have the DeLorean to time travel or travel into the future, or I don't know what's going to happen, so I've got to act with what's going on at the time and what my position is at the time. So I'm happy with the way I managed that overall, even though I've left money on the table in hindsight. It's a bit of a defensive game.
This event starts in 30 seconds.
Which,
in 30 seconds.
Again, may be a more, hopefully more aggressive, more offensive, offense, more on the offense in future. You can tell I don't know anything about sports either, or fucking horse racing, no nothing. Football, no nothing. Know a little bit about markets. So very choppy all round. So steamed, consolidated, albeit a very wide range. Same here. Steamed, kind of wide range of consolidation. Just trapped within a range, within a channel, if you like a tube. Finding support, hitting resistance, finding support, hitting resistance, finding support. Could go up, hit resistance, could break that support, which I don't know. But yeah, it just helps with the reference points of how I might trade. Another very late night last night, or morning I should say, so excuse all the yawning. So see if we've got settlement yet on these orders. Uh, 41p up on the day. And again, I just say this in every video, this isn't about the money at this point. Money is almost irrelevant. That's why I'm trading at the minimum stakes. It's about getting that strike rate up, rate of success, and then looking to scale up, looking to have a more profitable trading staking plan after that. But for now, yes, just how many can I win versus how many do I lose, and then the focus goes on more on how much am I winning versus how much am I losing, and then I guess after that is how can I increase the amount that I profit overall. Stages, baby steps need to be taken to ensure success. And that's it. I haven't really got a timeline in terms of, when I have to, make a profit from this. If it takes a fucking year of trading at £2 stakes, as long as my other forms of income and savings support me being able to do that, then yeah, fair enough. It takes a year. If it takes less, great. Hoping it does. But of course there comes a point where you have to cut your losses on the project. If you find that over the long run you're just not making money, if you can't make it with small amounts, you're not going to make it with big amounts. Even if you do make it with small amounts, that might not translate into bigger amounts. But just assess that, and if you're not meeting what you need to over a period of time that you've allotted yourself, then maybe this ain't for you. I'm not saying this is for me, but I'm just testing the water first, really, and just trying to record my thoughts as I go. So all this is really for me, it's just my train of thoughts, so I can see what I was thinking as I was going into trades. So when I have the mic on, at least. Well, let's have a look at this one here. So we got the favourite hitting support. Just move that mic away. I feel like that's clipping. got the yeah, so bouncing off support.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
This is also
5
very
minutes.
similar in bouncing off support, but it looks like it's broken recent support. So I might favour laying this, or perhaps shorting this. Just had a quick reorder there. Oh, it does look like a potential drift. Steam. Yeah, it is a steam. Just watched it happen. Is that going to break? Is that going to break threes? How can I position myself? All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put an order there because that was substantial amounts met there. That looks like it could be resistance. So I'm hoping the market will move back up into that. This has started to drift. About to hit resistance, which could call a pullback in this so that I get matched. Just have to be wary of the time. And the fact that I don't want to get a shitty fill, because that 3 is just a reactionary area where if it does find support and I say get filled here, then it's going to go down and then bounce and take me out with very little room. It does feel like it's going to break it, doesn't it? But alas, time and tide, mate. Time and tide wait for no man or no person. This has caught my eye because it has broken and moved lower on the steam. It's just broken 3, so I'm anticipating either a more aggressive move here or it's just going to come back and find yeah, so it's, yeah, you can see wasn't on that. Hey ho. See, I could have entered that at 305, whatever, but really what I wanted was value for money in terms of that entry and just a bit more maneuverability if the price were to go adversely against me. Because as I was saying, had I entered like at this, 3s could have acted as support, and it's a good likelihood now it's going to act as resistance as the price has burst through it and it comes back up into it. But had I shorted at this point, I would just have my break even is at a loss. Whereas if I had got the value for money price that I was after, then my break even is not a loss, or it's even a slight 1 or 2 ticks in there. So yeah, missed it. Could have been more aggressive on it, but didn't lose money. So wunderbar. Wunderbar, Freundchen. Next. 1330. Dreuten, what's that? Dreiten or 30. So we've got, what have we got? Favourite 2s, 8 minutes off, 9 minutes off, 120 grand, 120. Oh, it's Ascot, that's what it is. High quality races. Don't know anything about a race, but I know of Ascot, Royal Ascot. So this must be a pretty fancy day with lots of big high quality horses running. And that's why there's a lot of money being matched. But we've got this favourite. It came in, hit resistance, very choppy in recent price action. This is just, it's very choppy. Again, this is kind of drifted and then just hit resistance. And it's a very wide channel, but you can see that in the way that prices moved on chart and also the match prices here. but nothing actionable that I can see. So I'm favouring this to come in, but potentially find support off of whatever this number is here. 225. 225? Really? Down there? No, that can't be. These charts are so friggin' hard to read. It can't be. If it is there, it's not very much that's matched. So it must be this here. It's about 100 quid matched at 2.3. So as it approaches that, I'm anticipating that could be support. So I could fade it, or I could go with it. He sits here talking as the prices fucking move away. Gonna put in. Going to put in a couple of shorts here. Hopefully get matched. I got matched on one of them. Have another one at a higher price, a slightly better value for money, if you like, if it gets matched. Everyone likes a bargain. Just put in another one outside the money, because I'm looking to add to this position, but I want to add to it at the best price, so that if it does hit support, at least I can get out at some profit or work out a break even. But ideally I want to be adding to this in the anticipation of a break lower, so that I can ride that move, ride it, hold tight for the ride. So there's nothing here really. Oh, this is starting to push out. Yeah, I should have added to it. There's more money coming behind this here now as well. Is that going to persist past this low? No, it's evaporated. Alright, I'm gonna.
This event will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
And as you can see, massive move in the market. That's where sometimes speculative orders can go against you if you have them outside the money. You can see there I got filled on several orders there that were way out the money, but a big chunk of money came, and as you can see, move the market up. But after those types of moves, sometimes it's just a knee-jerk reaction, so it will go up and then move back down again. So I have lightened the position slightly, got a bit more wiggle room, got some wiggle room in terms of the break even. Just gonna again play defense on this. 4 minutes to the off, taking another partial exit there, and I'm leaving this position in now, so I've got still net £2 to work with, which I'm hoping to use on a potential bigger move, so breaking this support and moving lower. But there is some money persisting coming in, so I just need to be wary of not giving back profit to the market, too much profit, because who knows when it's going to turn. But just trying to read what's going on, and it's the third time it's touched this. So, hang on, just stop talking for a sec here. Yeah, so I just decided to break even on that. I've seen this come in, seeing this move out, seeing this bounce off support 3 times, this could still move lower, but what I want to see is basically, imagine everything where my mouse is there, forget everything to the right of it, but this move here, that's what I want to see and be on the back of. A nice discernible, like easy to read downtrend. Now had I stayed in that, I would have, you know, probably got my targets hit because there is persisting money coming in, but I was just trying to read what was going on as it gets nearer to the off. Let's just see what those are. So yeah, so you can see this money's just coming in now, which is helping to push this down, but it's just time is running out, so I can't really maneuver around it as much. I'll see that happen much earlier, at least in the type of trade that I'm looking for. Again, each their own. There are people out there who can trade that sort of stuff. But I had to give some profit back there. I think it was about maybe 10p that was in profit, and then I decided to break even. Oh god, look at these. They're all flat. So flat. After coming in, just flat. Bloody hell. Yeah. Bit more of a waiting game. 130. It's about 54p profit on the day. Just recap on what I've done. So started off with 9p profit, then a break even, then a 3p loss, then a 9p profit, 26p profit, 13p profit, and that last one, which hasn't settled, will be a break even. Which brings me to 54p up on the day. So still very rangy. Looks like it could be busting that resistance to potentially move higher, but just wary that it might come back into this range here. Yeah, not looking to trade that per se, just observe him based on what I know about markets. But yeah, knowing what it could do doesn't necessarily mean that you can make money from it. I mean, observing that this seems to have found support at around 4s, so that's going to be a important key level, if you like, whether it breaks through it to find new lows or find resistance off of it. So that looks, let me just be careful on this one. 9 minutes to the off, so I've still got wiggle room. I'm thinking of shorting this based on taking a position of this being resistance and the fact that this is drifting. He who doubts. So I'm going to keep this nice and light for now. Because this looks like it's doing a gentle drift. So I'm trying to get at least a position in here at resistance to potentially short this at least to this level. But potentially a break of 4s. Okay. Could get matched relatively soon. Just need to be cautious though, because... Okay, what? Oh yeah, so my attention was distracted there. Wait. 4, 5, yeah. So added to that position. I think that's as much as I'm willing to do on that. Seeing a strong drift on that. Just gonna attempt to steal a tick. It's broken higher. This is still drifting though, so I will maintain this. Just reorder just in case there's any persistent drifters or steamers. Resistance seems to be holding, but there is some money. That's worrying. That coming in. This is nearing the low end of its range now, which may or may not be good, because if this, if the support holds and this ranginess continues, then that's a good thing, because it means that as it approaches that support, it will then bounce, and then this has a likelihood of moving in. So that's my position in the queue. Estimate of 229 needs to be taken from this before I'm matched. As you can see, it keeps dipping into it, but it's not really chipped away at it. But you can see these are these 3 levels are the levels where the brunt of the money has been matched on this. So that's the memory, if you like, of the market. So I'm okay with leaving this in for now, but just wary that there's a chunk of money there. That's helped. On touch now, my second exit, and that's been matched as well. Looks like there could be a break, so a better play to that would have been having leaving in. Having a heavier position potentially. Probably not in that instance though, because there was nothing to say that was going to be a break. But definitely leaving in a partial exit for
this
longer.
Event will start in 5 minutes.
Of course, with more money, if I had bigger stakes, then there's a lot. So let's say that I went in with initial entry of a £500 stake, for example, to short that. Then I could break the exit up into more exits. So say 5 £100 to match the net stake. So that can be one of the advantages of dealing with bigger amounts. You can basically average out the exit a lot better. But yeah, for now, dealing with £2 stakes, basically each entry is matching the exit. So there isn't that luxury, but that's not really my concern at the moment. It is, as I keep saying, getting a decent strike rate, which hasn't been too bad for today. So that's another profit, he says, and the next one will probably wipe out all the hard work from today, but hopefully that won't be the case. So next one we've got here is at 148. So we've got an odds on favourite. Another one. 6 is second favourite. 11 minutes to the off. 40 grand matched. It's decent enough. Decent enough chunk of change. 100.9%. A reasonably tight, very tight book. So we've got a reasonably efficient market here. But we're just waiting for this to really pick up. It's a bit it's starting to pick up. It was looking a bit sleepy when I just glanced at it, but it's starting to move about. The favourite here looks like it's come in consolidated for a long time there, and just waiting for some very shallow like channel, very small range that it's moved between. You can see here, so it's just bouncing between resistance here and a few ticks lower support. So nothing can really make any decisions off that I can see anyway. This does look like it could be a slight steam. It has broken sixes, which is of interest. Well, actually no, it's been going up into sixes. Okay, so it's gone into sixes, but it's struggled to move higher than that. So it's finding resistance, but it looks like it's reversing off potentially to steam lower. But yeah, don't want to read too much into that kind of shit, because it's not really apparent. It's not established enough. It's just a lot of guesswork. So, gone back up into sixes. Now potentially breaking it. See, that's exactly why I was saying not to read too much into the story, because this is, have an idea of what you anticipate the price could do. What the fuck is up with these charts? Hate when it does that. But yeah, don't read too much in. Don't be too preemptive of what you think the market's going to do without it doing it. It's better to have an established trend and then jump on that, rather than preempt it and it whipsaw you, as they say. Just you whipsawing's when you basically just the price you get in, and then the price goes the opposite direction completely to what you went in. Carry a loss. But it is interesting that this is now forming resistance. So it's where I'm not as kind of confident that this could see a downtrend with low lows and lower highs. It could be just a double top, or it's come round, hit resistance and falls away again. But I am hesitant to short this because there hasn't really been any movement on this. I'd want to see movement lower on this to give some I want to use the word support or backing, but that is some credence to this moving lower. And it isn't, it's just moving higher. So it's a good thing I didn't act on that, because I didn't have confirming. So I guess the smart thing would be to be shorting this right now, but I don't see an entry that offers value for money at the moment. I'd want it to pull back, and then the other conditions to be primed for that. Yeah, I do feel it's going to go lower, but okay, I'm going to put a speculative one out of the money here. Slightly more willing to take a more aggressive entry on that. And again, because it looks like someone is trying to move down their money. See, that wasn't matching. Might appear here again in a sec. No, it didn't. Okay, maybe they got matched. But I've got decent position now. I'll leave that in for now. So I've got a net stake of 4. Okay, so I've got to think this is what I need to be doing more of. Just thinking more where a more sensible place for a partial exit would be. So this is the level that the price has moved the lowest to so far. So a partial exit there makes more sense than placing it outside of it, having to make new lows. So I'm going to just stick with that for now. It would only be a tick if it were to get matched, which it might not. Just having a quick peek over here just to make sure there's nothing steaming in or drifting that I might not have seen that will affect this. Seems okay. If anything, this is drifting, which is going to help this. Some more money coming on this side here, potentially to help this move lower. This looks like, at least if it's not drifting, it's at near the top of its range, which is helpful. So it's coming to that support level now. I'm on the touch price, so 666 side of the beast. 666 needs to be matched before
start in 5 minutes.
I get filled. I got filled. So what I'm waiting for here is the market to essentially just, you know, move down further. I'm going to put I've got £2 to lay off. Got a bit more wiggle room in terms of where my break even is. Left this position in here should the market retrace and allow me for a better entry. But this is a very, it looks like it's coming in, but it's very gentle. So I just need to be aware of that. And I'm trying to position myself on in terms of the price breaking now. But won't be, you know, adverse to pulling this up to take out whatever profit level it's at the time. And I'm also wary of the time now as well. It's 4 minutes to the off. Money persisting. Still no really any good reason to be out of this just yet. This has drifted. Nothing seems to be coming in, which would obviously affect, well, it may or may not be obvious, but would affect this. I'm looking for that seesaw action, so this to move in. Others, one or more in aggregate, need to be moving out. So I'm happy to hold this still. Still looks like there's some weight coming down on this side, although looks like it could be matched on this side evenly. Very gentle steam on this one, but that can change at any second. Just be aware of that, just because of what was it saying in the adverts? Past performance is not indicative of future results. Just because it's done that previously does not mean it's going to continue to do that. 2 minutes 50 to the off. This has persisted to drift. This is still coming in. There's still good amounts of money coming through. I mean, there's 120 grand matched. 2 minutes to go. Wary now that things can get a bit more erratic nearer to the off. I'm in fact going to close that because I don't want to be taking on a new position that has retraced this near with this little time to work with. Still money coming in. But what I'm going to do, again, playing defense, I'm going to move this to the touch. And there we go. I've got now. Would have, if I'd stayed about 5 seconds more, I would have got matched at the desired price. But hey, I made the decision, got out, and it was it was a profit. Could have been more, but could have been less or a loss. Definitely not afraid of a loss. you know, take those as they come, but want to avoid them. Don't want to lose if can avoid it. What's the time? 1:45. Wait, what? Have I not greened that up? 140. Shit. Hang on. I have to go back. I think.
This event is now in play.
Oh, this was an earlier race that I didn't green up. So just looking at the so for some reason I that was a 140. Oh, so that was the last one. Yeah, phew. It had gone in play, but fortunately I was able to green it. Otherwise it would have just been if the one that I was trading on came in, it would have been a bigger profit. And what one was it I was trading on? Favorite, wasn't it? Oh, well, the favorite one. So it would have actually been. Oh, so I would have made a break even. So I can tell from these odds the way this comes in, and it's just gone to 0.
This event has been suspended.
Yeah. So the first one here, which wasn't the one I was trading, came in and won. Had I left the position as I had previously, it would have been, I think, about 58p, 60p, whatever, profit. If this one, the one I was trading on, came in, and then 0. So there was no risk on it. But what I prefer is to hedge the profit across all outcomes. So I was able to hedge it so that no matter what the outcome, I would made whether 17 or 18p. Let's get back to business though. Let's go back to. Oh, fuck's sake! Come on. 158 is the next one here. No, it's not. 157. Okay, so this is the next one. 7 minutes to the off. Favorites, 2s. Slight. I mean, it's finding support. I mean, that's the easiest thing to read from that. This is finding resistance in recent price activity. These highs here. So struggling to move much higher than that. And it's finding resistance at 3s. So I'm tempted to short this, but I just want to get a temperature for the market first, before hastily jumping in on that. So this basically to back this in at 3s, I'd want to see this move out. But in fact, it looks like it could have just broken support to potentially move lower. This support that we're seeing here. And if I had a trend line and I was putting this in. Oh, no, it's horizontal support. It's one of the tricky things of having a laggy chart. Okay, I'm going to short this. So I'm trying to trade off of the resistance that I'm anticipating in this level here and the support that I'm anticipating here. So this is probably going to move up and this down. So I have tried to add to that position. No, let's not do that because that started to move in. So I have got filled on this. So just putting in it's gone up to 3s. Slightly, I'll be more worried if this persists higher. It's starting to do it. Could be on the wrong side of this. Yeah, do not like the way that broke and started to make new highs in this. So this could be a higher high in terms of a potential trend. But the characteristics of
will start in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
The characteristics of a trend or a steamer is it makes higher highs and also higher lows as well. So for it to move higher, it will then retrace. I've still got a net 2 in this. So for it to retrace, as you're seeing here, it's moved higher, so it's busted through freeze, and it's come back down to potentially make a new higher low before then moving higher again. So that's why I wasn't really too panicked in terms of where my exit positions were, because I wasn't looking for a breakout or a reversal way down here, like down these levels. So I was able to get matched with not too much damage done. So at this point, 3 minutes, 4 minutes to the off. These charts have continued to be a bit tricky to read for me. I mean, I was going to say it's finding support now at freeze, but this chart's slow updating. You see, it's just coming there, it's just broken lower. I don't know why that does that. I don't know if you saw that. It adds it and gives you the most current thing, and then it ticks again, and then it goes away. Three minutes. Do I want to trade this? Ich glaube nicht. No, I don't think so, mate. Don't think so. Not having none of that. Alright, so I'm just gonna well, it didn't work, but this is what I was talking about. So where the profit I've gained on this is 8p if this selection were to come in, but 0 on all the others. What I do is hedge that up. So what it does is it takes that previous, what was 8p, and it divides it by the current odds and spreads that profit across all of the outcomes. So decent strike rate today, but profits need to be milking these, finding a way to milk these profits more. It's about 74p in total once this last one settles. Oh no, there's another one to come in. So about there's another 9 on that, so that's about 80p. And that is definitely the thing about these races. Whereas with anything else, I'll be like, work harder, do harder, like spend more time doing it to get better at it. Really, that can be detrimental in terms of trading, because the harder you try at this, the more money that you can lose. That time might be better spent just understanding some of the theory behind it, as well as getting practical experience. But maybe, I don't know, what would I advise if I were to just low stakes. I mean, have the money to lose and just do the minimum, and concentrate on one aspect at a time, like I'm doing. So again, if you can do what you want, it's like I'm only making suggestions. I'm not an expert at this, but my suggestion would be to get down pat certain market excuse me, market conditions or market phenomena, I don't know what you want to call them, things like support and resistance, how trends work, trading psychology, so things like trading books you can look into, like Come Into My Trading Room, Trading for a Living by Alexander Elder, some of the old stuff, Jess Livermore's, anything by him, or those are good mentality type books. And then yeah, look at YouTube for the how-tos in terms of the technical side of things, and then practice, but practice at low stakes to start with before seeing whether it's for you or you can do it more specifically. So Gentle Drifter on this one, third favourite. Is it still the third favourite? Might be a second by now. No, it is the second. You can see the amount of money matched on it there. It's denser red line showing there's more money being matched. The favourite's a bit more choppy, so could be favouring this to short. It's approaching fives now. Certainly if it breaks fives, that could be quite aggressive. In fact, what I'm going to do is put a couple of tentative shorts in there so I can get some decent value for money. Might have missed it. I don't want to buy, I don't want to sell here at support. See that money coming in? Yeah, it has broken it. Looks like I've missed it, but could just pull back, creating that lower high. Looking for evidence of other stuff drifting. I mean, this approaching fives isn't going to be good because this has found resistance around these levels previously. So as it comes into that, there's a chance that's going to fall away, which is going to push this up, which could get me met on these levels. Because it's just a temporary pullback that I'm looking for. But yeah, I might have missed the impulse move on this. Can't win them all. It's got the direction on this relatively right, but just haven't had any skin in the game, and that's why demo trading can be just such a pointless endeavor at times, because you can look at stuff and say, oh, had the market done this, I would have got in here or here. But because you haven't had any skin in the game, you don't know whether you've got filled at that price. So yeah, you might have got the direction right, but without being filled, you don't know whether you would have actually got it right. Yeah, so theory and practice can be two different things. Don't get me wrong, it's good to understand the theory, but you've got to have skin in the game at some point as well. So demo trading, practice trading, whatever you want to call it, it does have its limitations.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
So rather than demo trading, you might want to just start. Don't get me wrong, start with demo trading so you can understand how the software, whatever you're using, works. But ultimately, start with the lowest amount that you can to start trading with. So this is 4 minutes to the off. This has moved away from me. I would have made money had I been on this. Do I really want to maintain these positions now? The context has completely changed in the market. It does look like it's steaming away. There were other opportunities to enter. I didn't take them. So I'm just trying to use this previous match price as a reference point now, because there was a lot of match money there. So this could be the lower high. It's a bit close to the wire. I may live to regret this. So just putting in a short here at previous resistance. Just not sure how much further down this could go, but that's not a reason not to. This has just found, this has gone through fives, so I am happy to short this because this could now be finding support off that 5s and thus moving higher. And this, I'm using this matched volume here as a reference point, as resistance, as well as seeing it in the chart. But tick-tock, time is ticking down. Just wanted to add to that. Too late, but got out at a profit. I think the market actually gapped there. Someone came with a big chunk of change there. See it updating here. 2,600. So it took out a whole load of money, which is why it gapped down. So I was able to get something out of that in the end. Slightly risky, in my opinion, but came out on top. Went light on it. Wasn't a massive position, so I got in at 4.7, so I took 2 ticks out and got out at 4.5, but it was already had moved down substantially. Wasn't much time for my liking left, but hey, 2 o'clock. Let's see what we've got coming in. Two. What happened there? Did I miss that? Oh, no. So that's 11. 88 profit. 10 minutes C off. Favorite coming in very flat. Second favorite, I was going to say very flat, but it looks like it's broken lows recently. Just looking off screen at the moment. Okay, so of course it's important not to get complacent. You know, it's had a good strike rate today. And also don't want concentration to wane. Can't even speak today. Can't even speak most days, but this has continued to drift. So just need to stay on point, really. So be favouring shorting this. Oh, let this run a bit too much, really. Fuck. Although they both look like they're coming in, and they can't both come in. It's just while one's coming in, the other one would be retracing slightly. What can you see? What can you see? Fives. This is a bit speculative, but what I'm doing here is just trying to get a short in based on where the previous volume was resistance, and it's also this psych level of fives. You can't see it because I've got a position in there at the moment, but I am basically saying that I think the price is going to continue to move down, but I'm trying to get my position in at a good value for money, and it does move down, and I've missed the opportunity. It may come back. So let me think, as that moves into twos, that could find support, which is going to push this in. So I don't want to jump on this at the bottom. You don't want to be that mug. Big chunk of change there. That could be helpful to position to potentially see this move lower. So I'm just trying to get filled here at a sensible price. Come on, there we go. Okay, so I've got some skin in the game now. And this had moved out, so that is useful. Just going to try and take a few ticks out of this. 6 minutes the off, so yeah, time is on the side. Going to rethink. Take that out. So I am in profit here. I can just get out if I want. 13p profit. Just having a quick glance over at these other ones to see whether it's worth keeping in this position, or perhaps entering another one. Of course, he who dares rodders. So I can't be too defensive in, being scared to enter, but at the same time, I don't want to jeopardize anything too much unnecessarily. Take the risks that are worth it. There is money building up here, but it's just evaporated all of a sudden. Oh shit, market decided for me there, but I was able to steal a tick. Because I feel that I might be losing concentration slightly here. I'm gonna take that profit whilst it's there. Green up.
This event will start in 5 minutes.
5 minutes to the end.
Minutes.
And I'm gonna just, I think, go through P&L and then call it a day. Okay. So today I had one loss. So going through the ones that I traded in, started off with 9p, then 0, so break even, minus 3p, that was that loss, then plus 9, plus 26, plus 13, 0, break even, plus 17, plus 6, plus 3, and plus 16 on this one. So that will be 96p. Profit. Just make sure there's no, well, actually no, a bit more. There's still one that hasn't settled. Oh, hang on. So there's actually another plus 9p, or 8 or 9p to come in, so that's about just under a quid. Just under a quid in total. But yeah, what I'm happy with today is strike rate is looking okay. It's been good. I was more decisive in terms of what I wasn't going to trade. So it wasn't just trading for trading's sakes today, which was I felt that today and yesterday. I was able to spot value a bit more. I think to improve on, probably looking at ways of just as I get more familiar with the ones that I want to leave, that's great. But the ones that I'm staying in, how to add to those positions so I can bring up this average profit. But for now, I'm happy concentrating on just improving, the strike rate, continuing with that, and then maybe graduate to that next step of staying in positions longer or adding to positions more. But I'll call that a day for today, and this will be available on YouTube afterwards. So this Twitch stream is I'm trying to upload them to YouTube, usually within a couple of hours. As long as there's no problems, I don't have to bloody edit them and stitch them together like I did with the last one. Fortunately, I understand what the sound issues were previously, so there may be one or two up on YouTube without sound, but going forward, at least I know what to do. Alright, stop yammering away here, and I'll be back again around midday tomorrow, I reckon. Take care. UK time, that is. Bye.